So part of my journey of self-improvement that I'm on is becoming financially literate, first of all, like learning about finances and money and investing and stuff, and then like doing it, like, building up some maybe hopefully wealth at some point in my life, even though I am poor. So yeah, right now I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and definitely have taken some lessons from that book. The fact that your house is not an asset, I found that out the hard way when my taxes kept getting jacked up, like my property taxes. And yeah, at the point that I sold my house, I was like, man, like I'm breaking even income and bills, like simply because my taxes have gone up so much. So I definitely agree. Yeah, like a house is not necessarily an asset, but like it's a great place to live, and I miss living on my own, but especially my gardens. But it is what it is. I was having to sink too much money into it. Now I'm reading that book while I go and donate plasma. So I did not end up getting a second job, but I do go twice a week and donate plasma, which, brings in a little bit of extra cash. What I'm using that for is to pay rent to my roommate. So basically that covers my rent, and then I'll have some left over that I'll save for like a, vacation fund, buying stuff fund, groceries, whatever. It's just good to have cash around. So yeah, I'm using money from donating plasma to paying my rent. I do not like donating plasma at all, but I feel like, or I think that it's a good use of my time because I can read while I'm doing it. So that's when I knock out a lot of books. Yeah, so I'm not like wasting time in there. I'm making a little bit of money and I'm getting some books read. So yeah, the Rich Dad Poor Dad is the one that I'm on right now. Man, so many good lessons in that book. So yeah, sold my house, and I had it not all the way paid off, but I'd say like 80% paid off. So I have a lot of cash on hand right now. I'm very liquid, as they say. And here are some of the things I'm doing with it. So I opened up a Robinhood account after watching a few Minority Mindset videos, which Minority Mindset's a great YouTube channel for becoming financially literate, just as Rich Dad Poor Dad is a great book for becoming financially literate. Yeah, I opened a Robinhood account and I invest. Well, I buy Bitcoin sometimes. I'm not huge into it at all, but I still barely understand it, but people who I trust say that it's something worthwhile, and I will trust those people. I also have a few REITs, so like realty stocks. I can't say that word. I have some commodities stocks, like an oil company and then an agricultural company. And then I have some EFTs. And I also have just some regular stocks, like I think AT&T. And I only have dividend stocks. So that's because what I do is I roll over the dividends. So every time I have an investment in a company, I just roll the dividend back into the same stock. Basically, I just get on Robinhood, maybe at lunchtime at work, maybe when I get off work or afternoon break. And if any of the stocks that I have, which I think I have a dozen or so right now, if any of them is pretty like down, like basically on sale, I'll, buy $50 worth of it or $100 worth of it or $25 worth of it, depending on how low it is. If it's real low, I'll put in like 100 on it or something. And then basically, yeah, I'm not selling it all. I'm just letting the dividends roll over and build up. The plan for that is to, at some point when I have a significant amount of investments in the future, I can use that as passive income. Like actually start collecting the dividends instead of rolling them over. So, yeah, that's another lesson that I've been learning, is how to get passive income. Right now, that's plan A, is just investing in the stock market. Am I a little worried that because of all the reckless financial stupidity of our government that the stock market's going to crash? Yes, I am a little worried about that, but whatever, you can't just let your money sit, because with inflation, once again, thank you government for being stupid, with inflation the way it is, if your money sits, you're losing money anyway, so whatever. And you know what, if shit hits the fan, everybody's going to be effed anyway, so whatever. The other thing I did was I put a lot of it in a interest-bearing savings account. So I think it gets like 3.5% interest, and then after 90 days you get like, I don't know, they just give you like $500 for keeping it in there for 90 days. So I was like, oh, that's a pretty good deal. So I put a bunch of it in that savings account, and then I still have some in an interest-bearing checking account at my small bank that I like banking at, just in case, some other opportunity comes up, like I get because I don't know, like I'm learning this stuff, so I don't know, I think it's just a good thing to be liquid and then just keep your eyes open for investment opportunities. So yeah, read Rich Dad Poor Dad, watch Minority Mindset, get financially literate. It's important.